WC San Antonio Living. So we have got graduations and weddings and all sorts of big gatherings on the horizon this summer. And if you're someone who doesn't feel comfortable in a large crowd, you're going to need this segment. Diane Gottsman is our etiquette expert. She's joining us this morning to talk about how to feel more comfortable in a crowd. It's good to see you.
It's nice to see you. And really, basically, this is all about networking. And you know, you think of the word networking when you think of business.
Sure.
But anytime you run into somebody else, you're building a relationship. You're making a connection. So these are tips that are going to help anyone. Graduation, birthdays, weddings, you name it.
Okay, so tip number one, focus on looking approachable. Now, what is that? Means you can't just stand there like this.
Yeah, what does that mean? That means that if you're looking like this, nobody wants to talk to you anyway.
You look scary.
Right? So look alive. You know, look up instead of down. That means don't. You know what we do is we hold our cell phones, and this keeps people away, and we look busy.
Yeah.
So look up. Bright eyes, smile. So, you know, you've got the best smile. I always say this, you've heard me say this a million times, show your teeth.
Yeah.
Because that shows a genuine smile. And keep your hands above your waist.
Okay.
So, you know, if you're doing this fig leaf, you know, like Adam and Eve, you look nervous, so have your hands up and alive.
All right. Tip number two, ask questions that foster dialogue.
Open-ended questions, not how's it going? Hey,
good.
What's up?
Yeah.
So how do you know the host?
Okay.
So what relationship are you with a graduate? And I think it's really fun if you're hosting a gathering, you know, graduation's coming up, have everybody wear their name tags on the right to follow the line of sight of a handshake.
Okay.
And then put something on there like Eddie, Johnny's brother, or Tilly, Andrew's grandmother. You know what? So that way it gets the conversation rolling.
So I can say, oh yeah, you're Johnny's brother. I heard all about you, like that.
And then make them, if you can, make them in advance. You know who's coming to the party, so have them all made out because, you know, Johnny's going to scribble it all and everybody. So, you know, you want to be able to read those name tags.
Okay. Another great tip is to dress your best so you're not worried about how you look.
If you have to wonder, do I look okay in this? Is this too tight? Is this too short? Is this too revealing? Yeah, it probably is.
Okay.
So you don't be worried about overdressing, but do think about what you wear, because if you show up underdressed, you're going to feel uncomfortable.
Okay. I like this tip. Be armed with some conversation starters. Like what's a good conversation starter?
All you have to do is put on your computer in the morning and look to see what's trending, basically.
Okay.
You know, every day is the new day. So by the time they go to that event this weekend or at the end of the month, it's going to be different than what it would be today. So just know a few topics of current events, know what's going on in your city. That way you have something that you can actually talk about. And it doesn't have to be negative.
Okay.
Stay away from divorce, politics, religion, all of the regulars. But again, just have something friendly to talk about.
Okay, next up, walk up to the group rather than waiting for them to approach you.
This is so important. Okay, we all feel uncomfortable. Even extroverts feel a little intimidated when they don't know people most of the time. So you don't want to walk up to someone that is squared off one-to-one with another person. It's going to be difficult to break into that conversation.
Okay.
So go up to a group of 3 and just introduce yourself. Say, may I join your group? You know, it feels uncomfortable. You have 2 choices. You can feel uncomfortable looking bad, or you can feel uncomfortable looking good. So just go into that group and extend your hand, or go up to the person that's standing by themselves.
Okay.
But you don't want to sit down, take your seat, and look down on your cell phone and drink your drink. You want to get up and mix and mingle.
Okay. Another great tip, stay focused. None of this.
Oh, yes. Okay. Again, none of that, none of this. But don't look at the clock. Don't look at your watch. Don't look over the person's head to see who else is there.
Right.
You know, whoever you're talking to, you really want to stay focused on that person and listen to what they're saying, because that's how a good conversation is going to start. And you never know if the person you just met might be a potential job opportunity in the future, or, you know, there's building your friend, or even a love interest. You never know. You never know.
And this is the most important thing. Know how to exit the conversation to avoid that awkward moment where you're done talking and everyone's all silent and you're like,
you don't know how to leave. You don't know how to get out.
So how do you get out of it?
Don't worry about hurting the other person's feelings. They're going to understand. So you're going to say, Shelly, it's great chatting with you, but there's a few other people I need to say hello to. And just always close like you open. So if we hug hello, then we're going to hug goodbye. If we shake hands hello, we're going to shake hands goodbye. There's nothing worse than hugging hello. I haven't seen you in so long. And then we shake hands goodbye. That means that something went wrong in that conversation.
Great information. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Fold this up and keep it with me for my next big gathering. If you've got questions, you can find Diane online, DianeGottsman.com. She's with the Protocol School of Texas here in San Antonio. Call her if you've got questions, 826-74